the Multicultural Women's Organization of Newfoundland and Labrador. It all started when a conference was held in Toronto in 1981, organized by the Government of Canada. This conference brought together immigrant women, policymakers, and representatives from a variety of community organizations. As a result of this conference, the National Organization of Immigrant and Visible Minority Women of Canada was formed. This organization was committed to fostering equality and formed a united national voice for immigrant and visible minority women in Canadian society. The provincial branch of this organization was established in December of 1982 in this province, known as the Multicultural Women's Organization of Newfoundland and Labrador. This started off as a non-profit, volunteer organization that aimed to identify and assess the social, cultural, and economical needs of women that were immigrants and newcomers. This organization was primarily funded by the Secretary of State. By 1984, the organization established a board of directors consisting of a chairperson, a co-chairperson, secretary, treasurer, and members at large. Over the years, these titles have changed to president and vice president. During the year of 1986, a woman named Lisa Gillard worked on a resource directory for immigrants with the support and partnership of Memorial University of Newfoundland. This directory listed 150 people who spoke over 47 different languages living in Newfoundland, which played an important role to both immigrants and service providers within the province. In 1988, the organization was able to develop their own constitution, which would regulate the mission and visions of the organization in order to run the programs and activities. By 1996, the organization went through a lot of financial strains due to the lack of funding available from the Secretary of State. In order to get appropriate funding to keep running the organization, other resources were necessary. The organization started writing proposals to the government, conducted food and craft fairs, and gave cooking classes in order to raise publicity and funds for the organization. Between the years of 2002 and 2007, many proposals were written by dedicated board members, submitted to various funders, which were unfortunately declined for a sustainable program. Even though the organization faced many struggles financially, the spirit of what the organization represented never faded. In the meantime, the organization received temporary funding for particular projects dealing with violence, unemployment, educational challenges, integration, isolation, and health and wellness of immigrants. During this time, the board members combined with community leaders to brainstorm and discuss better solutions for the grants available to better sustain the organization and programs provided by them. Without the insight and knowledge of these great women leaders and members of the community, the core funding and success of this organization would not have been possible. In 2009, the organization finally received some core funding from the Women's Policy Office of the Government of Newfoundland and Labrador. There was an open house with a new address located at 44 Torbay Road. From the support of the funders, the Multicultural Women's Organization of Newfoundland and Labrador was able to flourish and expand their reputation and programs and extend a helping hand to all new immigrants. MWONL now has more than 100 members representing more than 40 different ethnicities and more than 25 different languages. The greatest accomplishment for the MWONL has been to overcome so many obstacles over the years and for continuing to help newcomers, immigrant women, and their families.